Hey guys, Chris with Crypto B Vision here again, bringing you a wicked video. Today we're talking about buying the dip, where to enter the market at the most profitable but safest position. We're also going to go over dollar cost averaging in, and I'm going to show you my entry to a trade with REN and where I've been averaging in to bring down my actual entry cost. It'll be like I'm feeding a little baby bird a bunch of knowledge for the future.
Hungry fella?
Whoa, that was a little weird. But when it comes to cryptocurrency, nothing is really out of the ordinary. But before we dig in the video, guys, I'm going to ask you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, ding that bell, and drop me a comment on which dips you're buying or what coins you're thinking about getting into. And don't forget about that Telegram group. We're giving 1 Ethereum a month away until the end of 2020, and you got to be in the Telegram group to get it. So thanks for watching, guys. Let's get it. So guys, as you can see, I have my entry 1, 2, 3, 4, and potentially 5 written here on the chart. My entries are here on the right, and this is the REN USD 4 hour, which I used to enter this market, and it's not doing so well. But with the dollar cost averaging, we're not looking as bad as we could have been. So before I do anything else, I want to jump in to dollar cost averaging and give it a little explanation first where I entered, and we'll go through that, and then we'll jump back into this chart. So let's do that now. Hey guys, so as you can see here, we're going to show you a breakdown of how to dollar cost average in appropriately and how to calculate it so you know exactly what your entry price is. We'll worry about the numbers in just a second, but I want you to focus on the number 1 here first, where it says add all the entry prices up and divide that number by the amount of entries. Now guys, keep in mind that's only if the same amount of coins were purchased each day. So as you can see, on day 4, 10,000 coins were purchased, as opposed to the last 3 days where only 5,000 coins were purchased. That would make that method of calculating that null and void. So you would want to go down to number 2. So if a different amount of coins were purchased on each buy, add up the total investment, that means the total amount of dollars you put into it, of all the purchases, and divide that by the amount of coins purchased. So in this particular example, you would divide 6,980 by 25,000, and that would get you your 0.279 entry price average. And as you can see, had you not dollar cost average in over 4 days, you would be almost 4 cents higher in your entry price. That is why it is so important to hold USDT with you when you're trading as a backup. I like to hold 25 to 30% USDT at all times. I hope that helped, guys, and take a look at this for a while. If you need any questions answered, you can always get a hold of me. Now that you guys have a better idea of the dollar cost averaging in idea, let's go over why I entered in my positions that I did enter in. So what we're looking at here, originally how I charted it is I charted this as a inverse head and shoulders. There's one shoulder, the head, looking at this as the future support. You can see up here, it used to be resistance, it broke through, and then it became support right over here. So it came down, bounced right off that. I assumed that would be really good support. So when it bounced back up here and it came right to my first entry, I was looking at, guys, I think I posted it in my chat group, but I was looking at really the right shoulder, and I was hoping for a rise up to here. I did enter early though, guys, I really did. But where I entered was when it broke this line, right? As you can see, if I hover over in the top left hand side up there, you can see it closed at 3183 and it opened at 3133. So where it closed was actually above that white line, and I entered just before it, and it closed above it. I needed to wait for 1 more hour candle close confirmation, and I didn't. So what happened is it popped right over that line and it came right back down, and then it continued down. And then when I saw this happening, guys, when I saw this happening and that red candle, it popped right back up. See that long wick down on the red, and it bounced right back up. And so then it popped into a green candle. So I entered number 2 thinking it was just a little bit lower of a right shoulder. So I entered there, things were looking good, and then lo and behold, the old support became new resistance. And I thought it would bounce along this line, guys, but it popped below. And then as you can see, those 3 wicks right there, boom, boom, boom. Let's try and get in a little bit. Let's zoom in a little bit on this, guys. Right here. So these 3 wicks right here, boom, 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 showing wicked support. And I entered early. I was rushing it. Honestly, I rushed it, guys. And then boom, lo and behold, it broke lower. So entry number 4 was 2537, and we were looking at strong support over here. Strong support. Boom, it broke through, but it did have strong support, and I honestly didn't think it was going to go any lower. So that was entry number 4. And these are the trades that we learned from, guys. Not everyone's a winner, and not everyone makes it happen. But when this big wick came down and popped back up above support, and that's where I entered, at the bottom of that, and now we are lower and lower. And another big thing, guys, is we just went through dollar cost averaging. You can see how much lower your entry price can get when you practice that. But if you rush trades, you end up in a situation like this, and I think I'm down about 6 or 7% so far on the trade. So I need a turnaround here, but that's the nature of the beast, and I'm willing to hold this until I break even. I have other USD and Ethereum that I can trade with, but the potential entry number 5, as much as I hope I get that and it pops, I would rather just see it go up now. But I think that's it for the REN. You can see why I entered it. The TA was solid. The chart didn't cooperate, and I did rush it a little bit. So we learned from this, and now we know the most important thing is a candle close above a support line, and it's got to be in an uptrend, because this appears to be in quite the downtrend. So hopefully this all ends soon. I mean, Bitcoin's been pretty good lately, but other than that, guys, the other important thing that I like to stress is have USD or USDC on the side, 25 to 30%. Always, you want that sitting there for situations like this. That way you can average down if you get into a bad trade, or you can exit the trade. But I'm not big on taking losses. I would rather average down my price and wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month for that to pop back up, especially in the type of market we're in, how volatile it is. So guys, buying the dip. How do we do it? How do you do it? Okay, so we're looking at the REN chart again. Since I've got it up, I've cleared all my entries and everything off of here, so we got a nice fresh chart. So what we're looking for here, if we look at this, we can see this big dip right here is the one you would have wanted to get into, because it dipped down to 16 cents and then it rocketed up to just over 43 cents, which is a 3x in a time period not very long. So we get the date range. Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh well. We'll get that after. Well, we're looking at September 24th to October 11th, so 18 days, right? 100% every 6 days. Beautiful. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we gotta zoom in to get a good grasp on this, guys. So let's zoom in a little bit on this area, and I'll show you. It's basic TA is what we're looking for. I haven't done very well on REN with my TA lately. The charts are not cooperating, but you see a downtrend like this, much like we're in right now with REN. I'm hoping that we don't go too much lower. But if you're patient, and patience is number one, we talked about that in the FOMO video. You got to have patience, persistence to be profitable. So how would somebody pick this dip? one thing to remember, guys, is you're never really going to hit the very bottom of the dip unless you're extremely lucky and have a buy order in and you catch that wick. So if I was to look at this, if the chart was, say, on this day, you're going to want to draw your trend lines. Oh, let's get this over here. You're going to want to draw this trend line down here. Nice and easy, right? And you're going to want to grab a second trend line right on the bottom, match it up to the bottoms like so, and you know, you're in a falling wedge right now. So once this candle breaks that falling wedge, and like we talked about with my dollar cost average in at today's date of REN, I didn't wait for that candle close. You know, I'm kicking myself now, but what do you do? So we had it break out, and then the 4-hour candle close above. Boom, there's your sign, guys. It is officially broken out. It can come down for a retest and pop back up, but right here, this candle right here, guys, that's the one. That's the one right there. Once that breaks out, now you know that you've broken out, and lo and behold, there she goes up. So basically the moral of the story is, guys, you're never going to catch the bottom. If you chart with TA and you practice patience, you can catch some of these dips. So if you're looking for coins that are down 15-20%, don't enter right away. It could continue to go down much further. So what you want to do is learn a little bit of TA. I'm always here to help. And you try and buy it after the breakout 1 hour or 4-hour candle close after the breakout, closing above the upper trend line. Well, I hope that that helped you with a little bit of buying the dip, guys. I won't make this video too much longer, but I appreciate all the attention and your time. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ding the bell, drop me a comment down below what you thought, and join that Telegram, guys. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thanks for your time. We'll see you in there.